Used to the men, I'm sure, at 3 5-minute rounds. This will be contested under 3 3-minute rounds. There she is, the Muay Thai Demoness. Gina Carano, a professional Muay Thai record of 12-1-1, undefeated in MMA at 3-0 with 2 knockouts. Her dad, a former professional football player in the NFL, Jay, a backup for the Dallas Cowboys at quarterback. And now she is about to, well, want to score a touchdown here in her debut at Elite XC.
And I think whenever you see somebody from Muay Thai, you're going to see a lot of knees, a lot of low leg kicks, and of course, a lot of striking standing up.
We talked about Kedzie being very extremely strong physically. She is also known for overpowering her opponents in the clinch. So, Bill, you being the Muay Thai man, it'll be interesting to see what happens when they do get to close quarters.
I think when they come in tight, and Kedie's going to want to take it to the ground. There's a nice head kick by Carano. I don't believe that Carano wants to go to the ground. I don't think this is the place for her to learn it. I think she wants to stay on her feet.
And the book on Carano is that she is able to be taken down, and while her shot defense is improving, it is at times spotty. Although right now in the Greco-Roman clinch, they're jockeying for position along the fence. A nice knee by Kedzie, and breaks out of the clinch with a
right hand. Kedzie, what she's doing, she's willing to eat some punches, eat some elbows, just to get in, to get a closer distance. You do that to try and get somebody to the ground.
And they're pummeling now, turning Carano around on the cage, and Carano going to what she knows best. Muay Thai knee strikes on the ground now, and you know that she's just going to let Julie Kedzie get back up to her feet.
And unfortunately for Kedzie, when she tries to pull Carano in tight, that's when she's susceptible to the elbows, that's when she's susceptible to the knees.
Especially when they're locked up, you do something called breaking the grappler's agreement, which means you break off and try and throw one of those elbows.
Carano doing a good job with the strikes, but Kedzie a little wild right now in the clinch. She needs to settle down a bit, going for the shot. Nice takedown defense there by Carano, who now looks to take the back of Julie Kedzie, and we'll see just how well she is done with her ground game as she turns Kedzie around, looking for side control, but she's in the open half guard here, Jay.
She's obviously just trying to keep her in close so she doesn't get those elbows rained down on her. See, you can see that Carano's trying to get back out, trying to get some distance to use that ground and pound.
For the first time ever, women mixed martial arts being shown. And it's about time we got out of the dark ages on a variety of factions when it comes to mixed martial arts, going mainstream here with Julie Kedzie and Gina Carano. And so far, Carano is winning the stand-up battle.
Yeah, it looks like Carano's breaking her down. She's cutting her down low. She's coming up with an overhand right, and I think it's only a matter of time.
Every time she hits her also with one of those overhand rights, you know that Kedzie's only defense is to try and go down low for a takedown, and Carano knows that.
Kedzie comes in with a record of 8-4 with 2 submissions. Her biggest weakness is her inability to finish fights. She's able to control fighters, but she is prone to stalling and is not known for her, well, knockouts or submissions. And now Carano just beginning to impose her will here, mixing it up with her hands and feet.
And Kedzie needs to keep moving to a right in the next round.
And she finished the round with an exclamation point. That right hand by Carano, as we will now go into the corners. And let's listen in to what the respective corners have to say.
And you're letting her hit you. You're standing right here on this cage. I want you in the middle, okay? You're not committing to your shots. You're not committing to your kicks. You're not committing. Get out there and bully her around, okay? Stop letting her bully you. Julie, you've won this fight, okay? This fight is yours. You can win this fight. Forget about that first round. Let's come out strong in the second, all right? Move. I need you moving, okay? Drink.
There goes the shoot.
If you notice here, again, you see Carano on top. This is not her strength, but we talked about how she's trying to go to the ground, see what she could do, trying to work for a rear naked choke.
Let's go, Rich Warner. Take your eyes.
Big right hand. She landed that all round long, and Kedzie knows that. Again, the next round, in order to counteract that, she needs to move to her right, away from that strength of that hand.
All right, are you ready?
Look for Carano to come in with a low kick, to come in with an overhand right, followed by a left hook.
Just to give you an idea of how much these two like to keep it standing, they're on the mat for only 13 seconds the first time, 35 seconds the second time, for less than a minute total. And you know Gina Carano, she's very happy with that statistic.
Yeah, that's what she wants to be. She is very, very comfortable on her feet.
I'm not so sure Kenzie really believes in herself right now also, just judging by what we heard in between the rounds.
Well, Kenzie trying to pull out all the stops, spinning back kick back to the clinch. Not a traditional tie clinch, and they take down by Kenzie, but you can see the balance in favor of Carano with the headlock here. Kenzie going to a closed guard immediately.
It's a nice body surgery just to keep her in close. Again, with the person, for people out there who aren't familiar with this sport, the person on the bottom, you either want to go for a submission or just keep somebody in close so you don't have the range to land elbows, land punches to your face.
One thing Carano is known for is her great cardio. She can push a fight all 3 rounds, but Bill, right here, we can see that there is maybe a lack of a ground game, and she really doesn't seem to be doing much. And of course, you can see or hear the referee, Steve Mazzagatti. Here in Elite XC, there is the 15-second clock where after he administers a warning, there is that clock, although now we see the action and a great attempt at a guard pass there. But maybe talk a little bit about that 15-second clock.
Yeah, the 15-second clock, when the referee deems that there is absolutely no action, he will give them a warning. After the warning, if there's no action, he will call to the timekeeper to turn the 15-second clock on. If there's no advancement after 15 seconds, he will stand them up.
Jay, what does Kenzie have to do here to counter the kicking of Carano, although she's coming forward now?
Again, she has to believe in her game, exactly what her corner said. But I don't think she does. She's been rocked a couple of times. She's gone in for takedowns, and it hasn't worked for her.
She walks into a kick again, going for a sloppy shoot. Nice sprawl there by Carano. Carano trying to get, and that is full mount. Now she has her back, and we'll see if she attempts to go for the rear naked choke. Although backdoor escape by Kenzie, who gets hit on the way up with a nice 1-2 combination.
Carano is one tough woman. Actually, both of these women are unreal.
Kenzie is equally tough. What a battle here between the ladies of Elite XC, Gina Carano and Julie Kenzie.
I do believe that Carano is quite surprised by the fact that Kenzie's taking her punches and taking her kicks, and she's still standing in front of her.
I tell you what, because I watched her train last night. It was about 11 o'clock at night. She was training.
Oh, and there's a right hand that drops Kenzie. Sorry, Jay, but this fight is in danger of being stopped. What a right hand. The power exhibited by Carano. Finish your thought, Jay.
She was training in the redneck skull next to Henzo Gracie, but everything was about getting on top of somebody, grounding and pounding. Has not been able to do that in this fight.
You have to commend the resilience, the toughness of Julie Kenzie.
Talk about how tough these guys are, but these women are equally as tough.
And right at the end of another entertaining round, the takedown by Kenzie. She looks battered and bruised, Jay. What does she have to do now? I mean, is there anything left for her in this fight?
Yeah, the one thing she has to do is the one thing that she hasn't been able to do. The thing we just talked about. Get your takedown.
You are circling to your left. You need to go the other way. You're circling toward her power side every time, okay? I know, you're taking some shots.
When she clinches like that, and let's not take it at all in her world. Finish. How you feel? Are you taking deep breaths? Fill up your lungs. Now, if you set it up, it's gonna work. If you set it up, don't overcommit anything till you set something up. And everything you get in there.
Here comes the knockdown by Carano. Overhand right on the back of the head.
What a beautiful setup, though, with the jab. You guys just followed it up beautifully with that overhand right at 2:33 of that round. But again, Jay, Kenzie did not capitulate.
I'll tell you what, good word there. Playing some Scrabble more. And Carano wasn't even tired there in the corner. Her conditioning is absolutely phenomenal. But you were asking before, what Kenzie needs to do, she needs to continue to try for that takedown, but get on top and use her ground and pound, maybe for submission, and just try and get some points there.
And again, a reminder for those of you looking at the clock now and wondering why it started at 3 minutes, that is where this fight is being contested under with the women, making history. And what a historic matchup and entertaining fight this is. Kenzie gets the takedown, but Carano now on the bottom, cross-side position, north-south here.
That's exactly what we talked about. This is one place we haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, we'll see it for training with Paulson paid off right here.
She has
got her where she
trained
wants it.
under such notable individuals as the aforementioned Eric Paulson, a former Shudo champion, Marco, King of the Street Huas, and Debbie Purcell, who has done very well for herself in female mixed martial arts. In fact, she's cross-trained in various forms of martial arts, and now, in this third round, she's going for an arm triangle choke here on Carano.
I think she was originally going for a rear naked and kind of slipped out of it. Now she's just trying to make do.
And really, let's face it, nice
overhand right.
It's obvious that both of them probably need a little bit of work, Jay, on the ground, but you have to give them A for effort. They are definitely not giving any of the other fighters a quarter or giving them an inch.
But right now, I guarantee you, Kenzie's thinking in her mind, I got what I needed. I took the takedown, shot in there, had the control I wanted. I still couldn't do anything with it.
Kenzie goes for the shot, and just the simple physical attributes of Carano. This girl at 5'8", 141 pounds, she is deceptively strong, you guys.
Yeah, she's very, she has worked on the takedown defense, no question about it.
You can see Carano remaining focused, trying to set up the combination with the jab. We are into the final minute now, the final 60 seconds of what has been a thrilling, historic female encounter here at Elite XC Destiny.
Here's great about the world of MMA, guys. You look at both these young ladies and you think to yourself, you see them on the street, hey, what? Nice looking young ladies, not knowing that they can kick your butt.
Well, they can kick your butt. Well, maybe they can kick my butt.
You know, guys, back in my native Canada, I've had the pleasure of calling many female mixed martial arts fights, Muay Thai battles, but this one is definitely right up there. What a debut for the women of mixed martial arts here tonight on Showtime. Carano wanting to finish it with a flurry, but Kenzie says, no way, I'm going to go right down to the wire with you, sister.
Let's just enjoy this last 20 seconds of this fight.
Great heart by Julie Kenzie all fight long.
But you know what? Kenzie needs to finish in a flurry because right now it's Carano's fight to lose. Kenzie goes for the takedown. She stood right up by Carano. A knee by Carano. And this fight will go to the judges as both fighters receive a great round of applause. They embrace each other. Tremendous moment, a tremendous fight for mixed martial arts, and they're receiving a standing ovation from the huge crowd in attendance at the DeSoto Civic Center. What a moment!
I think they have just broken some serious ground for women MMA.
Both making history tonight. Nobody's ever been on Showtime, not in boxing or whatever. That's wonderful.
That's promoter Gary Shaw, of course, famous for his success in boxing. He had the foresight to bring mixed martial arts to Showtime. You heard him there, you guys. These ladies have made history, and they should be proud, both of them. What a fight it was.
And exactly what Bill said, too. Groundbreaking. The reason why is because I'm sure there's people at home who are saying women fighting full contact. Well, that's just not right. But I tell you what, we talked about it beforehand. Technically, these two women were fantastic. Showed a lot of heart and even a lot of power, surprising power.
Gina's father, Gino Carino, or make that sorry, Glenn Carano, in the cage as well.
There, we're going to watch the replay. Watch the takedown right here. Caught the leg. Dropped her.
Leg whip takedown, beautifully done. But unable to pass the guard. You see the strength there, Bill, of Gina Carano doing a good job of not really allowing Kenzie, even though she had north-south position, didn't allow her to exploit that.
Yeah, Kenzie had her in some very precarious positions there, and it looks as if Gina's really been working on her ground game. They both do need some more work. There's no question about it.
And this is how she came out of the guard, off the ground. She drops the right missile. Boom. Just rocked the head of Julie Kenzie.
And that was flush, and you got to hand it to Kenzie for being able to get up from
Julie,
that.
come on.
Here's the end of the fight. They're banging, banging, banging right till the end of the bell. There they go into the fence.
And what a way to end the fight, in each other's arms, embracing. Just a tremendous moment. And let's now go to the official decision with classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Standing ovation after that fight, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. The judges are in agreement. Here are the score totals. Judges at ringside, Jeff Mullen and Bill Clancy both score the bout 29-28. Judge at ringside, Keith Hughes, sees it 30-27. All three in favor of the winner. And still undefeated, Gina